level up, 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 level up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow! Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. Level up, level up. All this on me so yummy. All this stuff so yummy. Know you want this yummy. Yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy. All this stuff so yummy. Know you want this yummy. Yummy all in your tummy. No mistakes.
Those old mistakes are gone. I won't do them no more. Come on, we in 2022, people.
2022.
Woo! The clock is ticking. Are you on a mission or not? Welcome to Take Center Stage. My name is Marissa. I am your host, and I have with me R. Hughes and Associates CEO Robin Hughes. We are up in the house.
Good morning, everyone.
Those mistakes are gone. I won't do them no more. Are we pressing through? Are we pressing through? We still got a lot going on here in the world with the COVID and all of this stuff going on. And we always have circumstances, that are always going to be in the way, right? Life is always going to be happening. And I had someone say to me this morning, like, moving is stressful because, some of I'm doing some moving and shaking on my end. It requires some packing. And they were like, that's stressful moving? And I was like, excuse me, that's not the stressful part for me, because moving means that change is happening, and change can be good depending on how you see it, your mindset about it. And so we're talking this month, all month long, because my mama taught me, and scientists has proven that you need 30 days for transformation, right, Robin?
That is so true. It's habit forming. They say after that 28th day, if you can get past that, get past that 28th day, and usually it becomes a lifestyle change.
That's it. So Own It is setting the tone, and we are starting the year off right, because we're talking about what's going on up here. Because what's going on up here in your mind is what is going to govern how you succeed this year. Right. And so we here on TCS and Own It, along with my partner here, Robin Hughes, R. Hughes and Associates, we want you to succeed this year. So we are taking time out of our crazy, insanely busy schedule, and we're coming here to kind of build in the conversation to your mind, heighten the awareness in regards to what it takes to succeed, and be that person who says, I believe I can, and so I will, right? And so we want to encourage that, and we want to share with you the way that we're able to overcome, the way we're able to succeed, and do it with grace and with a smile on our face. And so mindset is so critical for that. And I want to share with you the definition of mindsets: the established set of attitudes held by someone. So we're not telling you our definition of it. We're telling you the defined definition. It's an attitude. And we've heard that statement that says attitude determines altitude, right? How far you go up. How far you go up. And so we want you to go up very, very high. I do this presentation. I have a whole program called You Are the CEO of Your Life. And one of the presentations and one of the workshops and seminars and transformational programs that I have that's in that is, who's in your boardroom? Who are you allowing to speak into your mind? And then I also do a program that's in conjunction with that is Get What You Came For, right? Because life is going to throw you all kinds of, obstacles. Those obstacles are designed to say, do you have what it takes to make it?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you one of those people who, when trouble comes, you give up, cave in, and quit? Because you don't need to have the success, because you're not going to stay there anyway. You have to press, right?
Definitely do, because if not, you will not do it. Entrepreneurship, even trying to advance in your career, there will be so many doors that are closed. But what do we know for a fact? If it closed, it wasn't meant for us. That means God has something else in store for us. So don't let it derail you. If you're upset about, fine, we're human. Get upset if you have to cry about it, if you have to do whatever you need to do, but do not give up. That is the main thing. And like you said, it's definitely a mindset. And if you're not in it for the long run, there's no need of you even getting out there putting things into place, because it's going to be sometimes when you feel like you want to throw that towel in. But if you're that type of person that you will quit, don't start the journey.
Yeah, don't.
Because I can tell you, there are plenty of days when we're looking like, okay, you'll question things. We can question it all day long, but what do we know? We know what happens in his time, right?
Yeah.
Our time is totally different from his time.
Yeah.
We can be going through things for a whole year and we're looking like, okay, why am I in this position? But
Right.
everything you're in is trying to teach you a lesson, is trying to make you stronger. And sometimes we're unable to figure that out. But in the long run, sometimes later on, we do figure it out.
Yeah.
But don't give up. Keep focused, remain focused, and make sure that you're trying to get to that destination you're trying to reach. And try to surpass it. Once you've accomplished one goal, establish another goal. I always say I'm a lifelong learner. I don't care what's going on. May not go and get another degree, but I'm always going to be trying to enhance my skills. And you're laughing at me talking about.
Right. No, we're done with those. Now, if anything, we're always going to be open-minded to stay relevant in our industry, right? So if there is a new certification, I don't give a darn if I'm 60 years old. I'm going to go get the certification. Why? Because you know what? Some people want to retire and sit down. You may stop doing one thing, but I'm not sitting down. Are you kidding me? I'm too young for that. And so attitude, I want to get back to mindset and attitude. Thank you so much, Deborah, for chiming in and sharing. Yes, teaching us the lessons draw. If we learn from lessons, we can build wisdom. That's how you have wisdom. But I want to talk about the attitude, because people don't understand, we always want to disconnect emotion from the scene. Because emotions, we always want to look at being vulnerable and cut that mess out, okay? Because we're all emotional. Your strong people are emotional. Your narcissists, they are emotional. Emotions drive our behavior and they govern how we make decisions. So come on, people, bring back emotions. I want to cry. It makes me remember that I have feelings, that I feel for people. I have compassion. I have compassion for myself. I have compassion for others. When we are more open to our emotions and understanding why emotions are so important for us to learn how to navigate through this thing called life, we will do much, much better. Embrace it. That's what Own It is all about. Own the good, the bad, the ugly, and indifferent. And always take center stage and own it. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. You are worth the journey. So when you cave in and quit, you're only quitting on yourself. Stop doing that. That's why we want you to change your mindset. We want you to become fierce and focused on the fact that you are worth it. When you press to the best to get to God's best for your life, you will see a life full of fulfillment. If you could just get to the other side of the drama and the trauma, there's beauty and paradise. I'm telling you, come on in. Do not give up on yourself. Stop doing that. Stop allowing yourself to make excuses. Stop self-sabotaging yourself by talking yourself out of things. You are worth it. And so I want to share with you, because I like to do my research, Robin, right? Because you know what? I don't want everybody to think I'm talking about, this is all coming from me. There are others out here who are saying the same thing I'm saying and in agreement and have a different mindset. And that's why they're able to manage. To whom much is given, much is required. You got to go through a growth sprout. And if you can't handle stuff, you're not going to be able to manage your success, right? So I looked it up. And here I am, sources of insight. And this is with JD. 3 mindsets that support you. And I like this because JD says an abundant mindset, a positive mindset, and a growth mindset. And in fact, I'm going to, you know how I am. I like to share today's resource. How about that? Here we go. So everybody has today's resource. I just posted it. Adapt an abundance mindset. Overcome a scarcity mindset. This mindset, rather than fight for resources, you find them. You know, 'cause you got to shift your mind. You can always complain about something. You know, and that's sometimes we just do. Sometimes it's just, oh, I just want to fuss about this. I want to get this off my chest. But that's good. That's normal. That's natural. But when you find yourself, you know, constantly complaining and talking about, but you're not one who comes and does anything about anything. That becomes you know, you got to watch that. You know, pick your battles wisely, I say. But if you change your mind to an abundance, we call it law of attraction, then abundance will start coming to you. So the things that when you want to live in abundance and live, it's just that, like that whole thing where it says, I believe I can. And so you can, because that's how you believe. If you think in abundance, you will always have abundance. The other one is a positive mindset. This does not mean that you didn't find the flaws or use your critical thinking about ideas. It does mean you find a way and spend more time finding solutions rather than finding problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
The growth mindset, which I really like, because I like all three of these mindsets, because you need all of them. You need to be positive. You need to think in abundance, especially if you're trying to do something great, because abundance means you need all the resources you possibly can get. Positive means that you got to see the thing half full. You got to look at people from a positive perspective, even though they acting a fool. You just like, are you really acting like this? So as leaders, as CEOs, we have to see beyond the little bitty business, right? And we have to see the bigger picture. What is the greater need or the greater cause? So stop messing around with the little minute stuff that people try to get you trapped up and say, okay, you know what? They acting like this, but I got to see. I still got to work with them, and I got to see beyond this, right? Because you got to work with, at this level, you got to start working with all types, right? You got to look at that. You got to work with all types. So adapt a growth mindset over a fixed mindset. And this is what we're talking about being open-minded. Maybe you don't have the idea person that you want to work with, or you don't have the idea situation, but how do you still make it work for you? That's it. Swap out a fixed mindset with a growth mindset. If you have a fixed mindset, your attitude, you attribute results to innate ability, and you discount learning. Ooh, you think people are naturally good at what they do, and either they have it or they don't. A growth mindset is a learning mindset. It is the belief that you can improve at whatever you do through the right training. And yes, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Here's some ways that you can do. So if you guys go, if you really want to go to the website, he gives you changes of mindsets. How do you change your mindset? Ask yourself a different set of questions, adapt to a different set of assumptions, adopt a different set of metaphors, wear a different hat. Go ahead, because see, remember I say you could be an entrepreneur. That's always in that creative, innovative mode. That's great. You're an entrepreneur. But when you shift from being an entrepreneur and you combine entrepreneurship with a CEO's mindset, that's when growth and expansion and stability can happen with your business. Now you're projecting long term. You're creating a foundation and structure for your business rather than hustling and making sales and transactions. So I thought that this was a great resource. I kind of went through it really quickly, but I just wanted to share that so people understand that, you know, we're not just telling you these things because it's me and Robin's road to success, but we're sharing these because, you know, powerfully minded, you know, big thinkers think on these levels. They think with an abundant mindset, a positive mindset, and a growth mindset. They always want to be teachable. They always want to have a sense of open-mindedness. You know how I am. I talk a lot, and and I'm a straight shooter. So,
But
Robin,
you need that information. The benefits of becoming an open-minded leader are things like you're open and you receive valuable information. You actually empower your team. It impacts morale and productivity. The whole reason in doing this is that it will help you grow and everyone else around you grow. Just like I said, you can't do it all. So you surround yourself with those people that say, if you know you're not good, you don't have good organizational skills, bring on that team member that is fire when it comes to keeping everything organized, and you don't even have to think about it. You think on the other stuff. That's the whole way, the reason you can grow. When you do things like that, you're opening up your mind. That allows you to grow. It drives professional growth. You can gain new perspectives. And guess what? It reduces stress. Reduces stress. I tell people all the time, if you say that you're unwilling to hire someone because you feel like they're overqualified, I always question that, because at the end of the day, anybody that you hire may or may not stay. They might move on. So I always look at that, and one quote that I love that I've shortened is excuses. Excuses are tools of incompetence which build monuments of nothing.
wow.
Stop using excuses. Stop using excuses. When it comes to you personally, when you're trying to achieve something, take the word can't out of your vocabulary. Because just like Marissa was saying earlier, if you tell yourself you can do it, it is possible to do anything you set your mind to. But you gotta be willing to put in the blood, sweat, and tears to get it done.
And you're
Don't
right.
allow other people to compromise you or get in your head and say, oh, why are you? I have people all the time telling me about different things that I pursue. Why would you try to do that? I had someone even tell me, why are you going to school to get your doctorate? Why do you want a PhD? When they're sitting there holding a JD, but asking me why I should quit, telling me I should quit. Don't let people like that get in your head and persuade you to do things, because when that happens, they don't have your best interest at heart.
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
They
mm-mm.
don't have your best interest at heart. And you have to start recognizing that everyone that you have around you may not be going forward with you. When you start growing, people start, you start seeing people, some become jealous, some become envious, and it's sad, and you may love them dearly. But if that is the case, if you're growing like you need to grow, you will have to allow yourself to let those people go. I always say toxic things and toxic people, I have to get them out of my life. You have to leave them behind, because at the end of the day, if you don't, guess what? You will end up back there where you don't want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll notice later on, but then you're beating yourself up for allowing someone else to dictate your life,
Mm-hmm.
which you don't want to do.
No, you don't want to do that. Let me just say this so that we're totally 100% clear. We are speaking to people who want more. You want more out of your life. And a lot of times, unfortunately, you can't look in your own circle. Sometimes you do, and that's a blessing, man. If you got a circle that supports you and they run out, oh my God, that's a blessing. And you're just favored. You just got favor like that. But that's not the norm. The norm
Mhm.
is in your circle, people don't receive you. They are not the ones that come along and support you. I hear it over and over and over again. Last night, I'm talking to some of
I
my
do too.
clients, and they're like, I'm talking to them, and they want to go to their circle. I said, well, go to your circle, because I know I've gone to mine, and trust me, family and friends, I love y'all to pieces, but y'all ain't always been the one helping me. Not all my family and friends have come and helped me. And some, you will be surprised at who actually does come and help you. And you would have thought these people would have helped you. Who cares? Who cares? What you want to celebrate is the people that do come and help you. And
Mhm.
what you want to do is you want to listen to shows like these. I'm not even saying follow us. I'm saying, sweetie, follow what you resonate to. But get to your tribe, get to the people that are thinking like you, that are talking like you, that are ready to help you, and stop beating dead horses. That's the mindset. You need to shift in your mind and say, this year, I'm not doing the old tricks. This year, I am going to go out and get myself connected to the people who want to be connected to me. I'm going to go out and get connected to the people. I just posted in the thread about doing a personal SWOT analysis. Have a mind of strategy this year. Have a mind of intent, strategy. On purpose, I'm going to think positive. On purpose, I'm going to think in abundance. In purpose, I'm going to think in growth and being able to learn. I'm going to do this intentionally because I want different results this year. I want breakthrough. I want to break the glass ceiling. I want to level up, as the song says. I want the things that I believe God has for me. And you are worth it. The only way you're going to be happy, joyful, your peace will not be moved, is when you are aligned with your design, how you're wired. And that's what your heart, your spirit, your soul has been crying out for. You are unfulfilled because you are not in alignment. You're frustrated because you need to do some changing in your mind to kind of shift and align with what God has for you. And so you want to become strategic and intentional with what it is that you want to do. And those are the people that we're talking about. We're talking to people who want to do great things. We're talking to people who, great doesn't mean big, huge, major, feats. This is about just living the life that you desire. You are worth that. So if you have a project, if you have a goal that you want, and I'm not talking about New Year's resolutions because I don't even play with that. We're talking about real goals that you really want to accomplish. You really want to forge forward. Well, you want to stay tuned. We are live just about every single day of the week. Normally around the 10, 11 time frame. I think tonight we're live for Sweetheart Before I Say I Do. That's on the love relationships. That's on Friday night. Because the love relationship has, if that ain't right, you can't even, that could be a mess. If your relationships with a friend or a family member that have high value to you are important, that can cause you to not focus on your goals. But you need to be in a circle that holds you accountable, that says you can deal with your relationship problem, plus you still can keep your goal going. Right. And that's it's all about mastering your mindset. It's mastering your mind, because your mind leads to your emotions, and your emotions lead to your attitude. It leads to your behavior and your decision making. So we're trying to teach you how to be self-aware, right? So that you can now, in those areas that you need to learn and grow, you can self-develop, right? So that you can lead a life of self-mastery, where you know how to not be perfect, but you know how to navigate emotionally, mentally, spiritually through all of these obstacles life throws your direction, and still succeed. That's what we're here to do with you. So TCS and Own It, this platform, this particular show, or it's really supposed to be, we're moving it to Fridays because it seems like that's where we're ending up. So we're going to be here every Friday, 11 a.m. to 11:30. We will be here, and we're going to be talking to you about leadership development, a CEO's mindset. I know, right? CEO's mind, that's life. We ain't getting no attitude. We know technology, whatever. We keep it moving, right? So we're going to be talking about leadership development, organizational development, all things HR, because that's Robin's background. Her background is HR, small business certifications. We're going to talk about leadership development. My expertise is executive leadership coaching, team building, and also confidence, building with confidence, overcoming obstacles. That's my expertise. I'm the one that teach you how to press through the mess to get to God's best. I'm going to tell you,
get out your own head.
Yeah, get out your head.
Get out your own head. Get out your own way.
Woo, that's my expertise. If you really want something, then that's what I do. I help you to press through, get yourself structured and organized so that you are able to manage all of what life throws your way, because I manage it, honey. I manage it, and I manage it without a sweat, tear, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And so we want to encourage you. We want to strengthen you. We want to build you up. And that's going to start with your mindset. So guess what? Next week, we'll be right back here with mindset, honey. We're going to be talking about it till you get it through your head, because we want you to succeed. We want you to succeed because we know what that feels like. We know what that feels. We know what, challenges feel like. We know what it feels like to be down in Lodabar, that low place. We know that. We've been there. We've done that. And in some cases, we'll be standing in front of you and you won't know where we're at. But that's to tell you that life happens, but we still can show up. We can still show up. And so we're getting ready to close out. Robin, I'm mouth almighty, tongue everlasting. You want to say anything to close us out?
Get those personal SWOT analysis done. I would love to know how many people that are watching have already at least completed the personal SWOT analysis.
Mm-hmm.
How many have actually done that? And if you have not, when you join us next week, let us know that you had an opportunity to finish that you completed that task. Mm-hmm. And that's only the beginning, because you want to complete that so you're self-aware, so you can actually become more proficient in what you're trying to do. And again, build your team where you're bringing on people to basically accommodate you in those areas where you are weaker. You have strengths, they have strengths, and normally they're not the same. So bring on those team members that can actually make everything, your whole system, shine. Mm-hmm. But you have to get those people that are willing to work with you and that you are willing to try to help and grow. And keep in mind, you learn something from everyone, no matter where they're at. No matter where they're at, they can teach you something if you're willing to learn. Again, open-mindedness.
Yes.
You have to have an open mind.
You have to have an open mind. So Robin charged you. She charged you to do the personal analysis, SWOT analysis. Do it on your mindset. Since we're this month in mindset, do a SWOT analysis on your mindset. Where's your current? Where are you strong? Remember the 3, and then go to the resource that I provided for you guys. Mm-hmm. Today's resource. Go to today's resource, the 3 mindsets. This is simple. This is not. I'm not trying to give you Harvard's business article of the month on leadership development, where it's all this research and science. No, this is simple. If you learn how to keep things simple, you're able to get things done.
Simplification.
Remove all of the emotional and just look at it and be honest with yourself. The sooner you are honest with yourself, the sooner you're able to develop. You do that self-development work and you can move on to mastery and move on to do what it is you want to do. Mm-hmm. So we gave you the resource. Look at the resource. Go get it. You got the link. Pull it up, print it out. It's a real simple resource, and then do the SWOT analysis. Say, how am I thinking? Am I thinking in abundance? Am I thinking in positivity? Am I thinking in growth? Do it. Am I strong in these areas? If I'm weak in these areas, he gives you some recommendations. So, strengthen those areas. And then the next thing we're going to do is, as we continue on with these shows, we're going to give you some other resources and some other assignments to do, and move you forward. So just think, this show free, honey. We coming to you live and we ain't charging you nothing for this. So you should be using it and applying it. And if you do have questions, we're both on social media. We're both on Facebook. Just inbox us. If you have questions that you want to connect with us in a more deeper way. But we're here to help you. Our business, we're doing well, but we want to help because we know that there are folks out here that are not really helping y'all. That are not really helping you. They're not rolling up their sleeves and they're not getting down and dirty with you and helping you get through the muck and the mire so that you can get to a place of clarity and a strategic plan to take you from point A to point Z. And so we love you very much. This has been an incredible time. And I am really enjoying myself with this. And let me see. You know how I am. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, but let's see if I can. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Let me see if I can bring it up. Play.
Own boss. Love yourself.
We got it with this.
Level up.
Energy.
Level up. Level
No
up.
excuses.
Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow. Level up. 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 Oh, this song is so yummy. Oh, this song is so yummy. Know you want this yummy. Let me off in your tummy. Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up.